Hi, and welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine. Today, on our first episode of our new Virtual Boy series, we're going to talk about and review a game called Panic Bomber. Now, if you're familiar with the Bomberman series, hold on a second, because before we get started, let me tell you, it's not quite the formula that you're familiar with. Panic Bomber, or Tobidase Panibomb, as it's known in Japan, is a puzzle game published by Nintendo and Hudson and released in North America sometime in December of 1995 and in Japan on July 21st in 1995. In this game, you play as Bomberman, though you don't really see him, and take on multiple baddies in haunted forests and other creepy settings to obtain different medals. These medals allow you to eventually open up the castle doors to the final boss. The gameplay is very similar to games like Pokemon Puzzle League, Tetris Attack, and even original Tetris, to an extent. But in this game, you have bombs and sets of 3 blocks that you need to match as they fall from the sky, rather than moving stationary blocks of the previously mentioned games. Once you hit start, the main menu gives you a few choices such as starting your game immediately, entering a password that's given to you after you gain a medal, checking the rules of the game, or setting the options of the game such as boss difficulty, contrast level, and background scrolling. Now before we get started, let's let Bomberman explain the rules of the game for us. Upon starting the game, you'll see options for several levels of difficulty, and each one provides a damn good challenge. Along with that, you can choose which style of blocks you can use in-game. Since the red and black might make it difficult for some people to see detail, the option for the geometric blocks makes it a lot easier to see. Depending on which difficulty level you choose, you'll fight about 10 or so bosses, and finally reach the end where you're given a cutscene, the high scoreboard, and then the main menu again. The D-pad moves the blocks, and A, B, L, and R, or otherwise the shoulder buttons, will rotate the blocks. The game isn't a long game by any means, and it can be finished beginning to end in just a couple hours depending on your skill. If you're looking for a fun puzzle game for the Virtual Boy, or just another Bomberman game to try, this is one I'd recommend picking up. If you do choose to pick it up as a physical copy, you can pick up the American copy for about $23 as long as it's loose, and about $17 for a loose Japanese copy. If you do buy a Japanese copy, you can rest assured that you can play easily, even with the Japanese version, without needing a translation, unless you really care about the few dialogue boxes within the game. They're really just the bosses trash-talking you before and after each level. So that was my review of Panic Bomber for the Virtual Boy. Let me know what you guys thought of the video, and of the game in the comments below. And until next time, guys, take care.